Back when I was in 11th grade, I don't remember if I was 16 or 17 when this story took place, but back in 11th grade, I had gone to this school, and it was this online school, but it was a physical school. Like, you had to actually show up and go to this classroom, and there were actual teachers and desks and computers and stuff. It was a terrible place. I hated being there. The teachers were terrible. They'd harass me for no reason and pick on me, and I could go on and talk about how terrible that school was all day. But anyway, I'd leave every day at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., somewhere between those times. I'd wait for the teachers to walk out of the room or be helping somebody, and I'd just pack my stuff and run out of there. And I'd always get away with it. And I'd ride my bike home. It was a 6-mile bike ride. I really didn't have any transportation home at the time because that school got out at 12 p.m. It was really weird. And normal school got out at 2. And there was this high school that was a block away from this prison school. I don't even know what to call it. It was just terrible. This school. I don't want to say the name of it. I'm just going to call it the Online Virtual Classroom School of Hell. And so I'd leave there and I'd go to the high school that was down the block, and I'd wait there for 2 hours. And I'd always take the bus home at that public high school. So I would wait and I would get on the bus and go home. And the waiting was just absolutely terrible, waiting 2 hours and sitting there. And I wasn't even supposed to be there, really. That's technically trespassing. They probably would have closed down the whole school and put them on code red if I were there and they said something. But that never happened. That was my biggest anxiety. And I hated waiting so much. I hated being at school so much that I'd rather just ride my bike 6 miles home. And on this day, I remember it. It was April 20th, weed day. And I remember running out of there all excited to go home and smoke. I unlocked my bike quickly and get out of the parking lot and just head home. But on this day, I remember I had gone the opposite direction, a different direction, and there was 2 ways that I could have gone home, and they were, both equal distance, so I had gone the other way. The other way was kind of longer, but I don't know. This day, I chose to go that way, and halfway through the journey, I realized why I don't go that way. The traffic lights are broken, and the button doesn't work, and it's just really annoying, because you don't know when to go. And that's what happened to me. I had gotten to the intersection, and I was about to cross, and then the light changes all of a sudden, and I get hit by a car. This lady hits me. She's in this Honda Odyssey, and I feel my leg being in pain. It just felt like somebody pushed me off of my bike, and I kind of fall off my bike. And then the lady gets out of her car. She's like, oh my gosh. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm surprisingly calm. I'm just like, oh my. I was a little shocked at first for a couple of seconds, and then I was like, well, I'm okay. I'm not on the road bleeding or bruised or anything, and everybody's okay. So now what's up? What's next? And the lady gets out, and she's talking to me. She's like, are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I guess so. And she had offered me a ride to the nearest store, and it was kind of sketchy, but I was like, what is she gonna do? Is she gonna murder me? She was in the car with her son, and he seemed to be about my age. I remember he said he had a class at the church, and he said it was for some skit or something where he's a lawyer, and apparently the case was that some bicyclist had gotten hit by a car, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's such a coincidence. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And honestly, I just wanted to get home and smoke. So I get in this stranger's car, and I'm hoping that they don't decide to start murdering me and stabbing me while I'm sitting in the back seat. But luckily, that's not what they were doing. They were just rambling on about their lawyer studies and law school and going to church and stuff like that. So I wasn't really interested. I was just looking on my phone, looking at weed stuff on Instagram, and hoping that I get home very soon, because I knew I was going to have to walk home from the store. It was about a mile, so it was going to take me about maybe 15 minutes to get home, and I really wanted to get home and smoke. That was the plan for the day, and at this point, I'm locking up my bike at the grocery store. I was just going to leave it there. I didn't know what to do with it. It was too bent for me to ride, so I just left it there and walked home, and then I got home. It was about 11 a.m., so I had all day to smoke. I had until about maybe 5 p.m. until my mom had gotten home, and before she had gotten home, I was having a nice chill day. I was smoking by myself and just chilling in my room, doing whatever I was doing back then. I was probably playing some Black Ops 2 or some Ghost or something like that. But yeah, guys, this is the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be making videos at least once a week and posting them once a week, so stay tuned for that, and peace.